What's good, people? Mix Podcast 4. We back. Another dope week. We got some hot content for y'all in a minute, so hope y'all doing good out there. It's your boy, Mr. Fresh, Fat Man Fresh, Manny Fresh. Whatever it is, when you got fresh on, like I always say. And I hope y'all enjoying our content this week. You know what I'm saying? Lady T Monday, Judas Tuesday, Jebby Wednesday, me yesterday. Today, you got the whole family in the building. We about to get it cracked for y'all. We got heat for y'all. Yeah, man. Stay tuned. Yeah, the first name greatest. Like a spring ankle, boy, I ain't nothing to play with. In the Mix Podcast 4, we here, baby. We ain't going nowhere. Nino. What's going on?
What's up, y'all? What's going on? Welcome to the In the Mix Podcast 4. We're back. We got two hot topics for y'all today, but first I just want to give a salute to my team. Great work this week, guys. We welcome Jebby back this week. Welcome back, Jebby.
Rusty. I'm rusty.
Your girl, Lady T, didn't go on Monday, but we had our podcast that we did on Sunday with the Wild and Crazy podcast. It was hot. If y'all didn't check that out, please check it out. It was really good. But today we got two hot topics for y'all for today, and the first one is about if you propose to somebody and they tell you no, do you stay with that person or do you leave? So we're gonna bring that out, and let's start down.
I go last. I go last on that one because I have a lot to say.
Yeah, that's
Jebby the realist got a lot to say.
Yeah.
So who want to dig in? Who want to dig in? Fresh, Judas Priest. Who want to start it off with this topic?
So are we saying that after the proposal is a no?
So just say it's you. You propose, and that person tell you no. It's a no. Are you gonna continue to date that person, stay with them, or do you feel like you're gonna be like, okay, well,
okay. So with that, okay, I'm gonna say this. I think that it depends. I want to know the reason after the no. I want to know why you said no. If it was something important that was missing, or do you think we need to go through, or we need to talk about before that proposal, then okay. If it's something like, oh, you didn't do the proposal I wanted, and you do the proposal right, and stuff like that. I just want to know why you said no. And then, I mean, we can still move on from that. Because obviously I want to be with you. I bought the ring and I planned this. Hey guys, you got to know, in order for a guy to plan something and go through the idea of planning something and getting things together and getting your family involved or your friends involved and all of that stuff, that means he cares for you. That means he do want to do things for you and want to be in your life. So at that instance, I'm not going to say your no is we breaking up. I'm going to say, okay, let me see what's the guidelines you got for us to get to that yet. If I think it's reasonable and right, then okay, yes. But if not, then I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to take that ring and refund it and go on a trip to Costa Rica or something, somewhere special. Costa Rica, Vegas, anywhere,
Okay, so what would be, okay, because you said it depends on why they said no. So what would be a reason that they're telling you no that'll make you be like, okay, then
I can take that. You just want to take that.
What's the reason?
Yeah.
I can say no, being like if she think that we're not financially ready.
No. I'm asking if she say no, and then you decide, okay, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna be with you no more. What? Because you said it all depends on what she said.
Right.
What her reason is. So what would be a reason that she give that would make you be like, oh, well, it's over then? Like,
I would say it has to be something really far-fetched and something crazy, like, oh my God, I didn't. You gotta do it again. This time I want you to come with white scenes and all of that stuff.
Why you gotta
something
do
dramatic? Something like, oh my God, none of my girls was there. And then I'm like, okay, wow, I just tore my heart to you and get this whole thing. And then it depends, because if it's privately done and you say no, then we don't even have to tell nobody that it was done. But if we out in public and you said no, bitch, you better have a good reason, because that's embarrassing. Everybody all recording and people like say yes. Right. Oh, people turning around and you said no. You better have a good ass reason.
That can be very, very embarrassing. What you think, Fresh? If you propose, we know you 20 years and
unfair.
But if you propose and the answer was no, do you think that you can continue to be in that relationship, or you like, okay, well, I guess we're done?
Well, research says that. How y'all doing today? Research says that the reason why you would get the no is, but before I get there, it's odd though, right? Because you would think, because more turn downs of a proposal comes in the open format versus private, which is odd to me.
Right.
I find it odd because I feel like you kind of like would be pressured to say yeah, versus if you were like, just you and the person you were chilling and they decide to do it.
Right.
It's just, and then, and women it's mainly women are attacked when they do say no in public. Like people and the men is kind of like elevated, and then women is frowned upon and called all kind of names and probably all that good stuff. But I feel like the reason behind a no to a proposal, based on statistics, stats, analytics, it's like 45%. Okay, well, the no kind of comes from it's a big number, like maybe like 32% chances that you get a no from because they didn't discuss the situation. You know what I'm saying? They didn't discuss or had any conversations about them possibly wanting to get married. It's kind of, the woman's kind of bombarded, just like thrown off guard with it. And then you know how it is when you blindsided by something that you're not even expecting. You kind of like, whoa, hold on. You know what I'm saying? And also, with that being said, it's like how long you've been knowing this person and dating them. You know what I'm saying? Because men have a tendency to like just feel like they got their mindset and they feel like it's a good thing to dive right into something, and the person, they were just not feeling it.
But technically, isn't it supposed to be like a surprise?
Hell no.
You don't think
it's not supposed to be a surprise.
How?
Y'all should have talked about it.
Right, like I
you
said,
should have been. You should have been said, well, how would you have want to be proposed to?
So you saying that a proposal is not a surprise?
Hell no, it's not a surprise. Because you gonna get surprised. No, then your ass gonna be looking stupid. Surprisingly.
Well, then, what is the point of a proposal then if it's not a surprise? Like, you don't know that that's
surprise.
It's coming. She should be on pins and needles like, oh my God, it's coming any day now.
And it's the reason why like Judas just said, it's the reason why the woman displayed those feelings when the man coming that way, like they got that in their head, like something about to happen, because it was discussed and talked about.
Right.
It's something that they decided they wanted to do.
I didn't know how to ask for the ring size.
Right.
So I had to play it off. I went to the jury and I learned her shoe size is pretty much close to their ring size. So I had to play that off and all of that. And all of that. I had took them, one of the dates was let's go look at jewelry and see what kind of ring they think was nice. You gotta play it off. You gotta be smooth.
I don't agree with that.
And then the repercussions of being rejected for men is it becomes violent. Not violent like physical violence, more like mental. It's like you start being smart mouthed, like letting that person know you want to be with. It's I'm not talking about when I say violent, it's not physical. Violence is not always just physical. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't always cutting the person up.
Yeah, it's not. That's not. You know what I'm saying?
My mind is just boggled, right?
That's why I sit in the mix. We don't think alike at all.
This is the first time I've ever heard anybody say that a proposal is not a surprise.
No, I'm not. First of all,
in
as
that,
a man, for me, a no is my pride. I don't give a damn what nobody say they don't have nothing to do with that. You tell me no in a proposal, you hurting some shit, and I'm really upset. I don't care. you could be the love of my life. I'm gonna be mad at your ass for a minute with that no. I am, and I'm being truthful because if I'm ready to propose to you, that means you touch my heart and we there.
This is
As
no,
a man,
there's no uniqueness about that.
No,
to me.
it's
like you just like, yeah, we had to discuss it, and then
but you don't know where and when it's gonna come. That's the excitement.
that's the excitement of it, and that's why when you see those romantic movies, I love romantic movies. Yes, Fresh love romantic movies, and in those romantic movies, you see them getting all kind of giddy and like nervous and everything because they feel like it's coming. But it's really funny when they don't come. They just give them something like, "Hey, I got this gift, like a watch or something for you."
But no, that sounds like y'all scared of rejection.
Oh, that's it. Then I didn't, man. Hell yeah, I'm scared of rejection
because I never.
But it's like I said, the stat says 45% of rejections come from people being not discussing a marriage possibility.
Not discussing it. Yes, that's where the no's come.
That's why that number is so high. It's 45%. That's a high number.
Ain't that y'all? That's a high magazine y'all like to read. The Cosmopolitan. I'm sorry. That's the magazine that you women read and take all those tests and everything and figure out it got 100 ways to know if your man loves you and all that shit. That's the article that we was talking about. It's in there and it talks about why marriage proposals don't go. And that was one of the things it said. It said not preparing and knowing and talking about it and just throwing a proposal on there. I understand now. I ain't talking about the ones that's been dating for 10 years and then I'm talking about we've been dating for less than two to 3 years. Yeah, we need to be talking about what the signs of seeing if you want to see a marriage proposal coming, especially if you up in age. Because what is it? If you in your 30s and 40s, you ain't got no time to be saying no anyway. You need to be getting a yes proposal.
And then also a higher percentage than that 45% jumps up to 57 when you don't have a ring.
Right. And don't propose to nobody without no ring.
Come on now.
Come on, that's shit right there. I don't care how lovely and romantic it is. Beyonce told you with a ring.
You can even make one like out of what they use to wrap the bread with, the
aluminum
foil. You can just make one out of that.
Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Now I do agree that you should be having these conversations to see where a person's head is and stuff like that to even know if you can go through life with them. But far as I still can't get with the
because you got to make sure
because it's no fun in that to me. Like you should have that conversation and see if you're compatible with this person to marry. But to basically be like, well, basically I'm gonna propose to you. It's coming. Just you ain't gonna know the date. Like what? Come on now, y'all.
That's where the romance come in. That means every time we go out to dinner, you gonna be like, oh my God, let me make sure I'm good.
Right, keep you on your toes, right? Keep you on your toes. Like, this could be the day. He asked me out for dinner. This could be the day.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's an absolute no for me.
I heard you saying, lady, but the numbers support me.
And also, it also said that you should talk about how they want to be proposed because that matters for them too. So
now you're doing too much.
No,
because that matters.
Hey, 25%. If you don't get on your knee, it's a 25% chance that she will not accept it.
And like being open or private and things like that. Like for instance, and I say this because February is coming up, and and that was the month that I proposed to my wife, and on Valentine's Day, and we planned it. I came into the restaurant early, talked to them. Told them when they served the dessert, put the
Did you propose to her or did she propose to you?
I proposed to my wife.
Oh. I'm just asking.
She definitely was throwing a
question. It's a fair question.
She definitely, now it is, but I'm from old school. A wife of my girlfriend better not fucking propose to me. That's stupid shit. Okay, we gonna move on. Cause that's and you went in early and told her to put it on her dessert. Whatever she ordered for dessert, put it on there. But and they brought the mic to me, and and you know what? I have a man of words, but that moment, that's a lot of pressure on you because, man, I was fumbling over my words. I couldn't remember her name, and it was really nice. But it wasn't like I just sprung it on her. I didn't just sprung it on her. We definitely was talking about getting married and how and everything like that. So. That's what I'm saying. Communication is key, though, because you don't want to know. That would have been embarrassing. If I would have got to know, I'm not saying I would have killed her and hid her body somewhere, but I'm saying that Y'all probably
Hit
wouldn't
her
have had
body.
her.
Like,
Hey, you never know. And with that, and let me add to it is that
What?
when me and my wife got married, I had an idea that's what she wanted. Because
Right.
she spoke of being married and doing X, Y, and Z. So I already had an idea in my head. Then I asked in public because I ain't had no money and everything, and I was sneaking around in her mama's basement. And so I asked her in private, up my chances. That's why I don't understand those statistics, those stats of you being rejected more in public versus being in private.
Right.
You would think private would be a higher rejection rate than publicly.
Well, I guess they safe if you reject them in the public.
You're right. I ain't think about that.
Right. They can privately it's like, oh
But
my
yeah.
God, if I say no, I might not make it.
Yeah, I had an idea. That was her goal. That's what she was looking forward to. And for me to want to please her and make her happy, that's what I did. I proposed to her, and I got on one knee. Can't recall. She said no. She's shaking her head no. But in my mind, I got on one knee. I was like really nervous.
in his mind.
It's mine. That's how it be. In your mind.
In my mind. The way I seen it, the way I'm telling the story, I got on one knee.
Okay, so
We
Jebby,
got Jebby. Yeah, he got a lot to
I
say,
forgot
yo.
the question. What was the question?
you
Right,
you
Sarah.
propose.
I proposed.
That's the new
And
fear now. Don't
She
say no.
tells you no. Do you stay in that relationship or do you
Okay.
move on?
What happened? That's the question I have. So again, like what you guys said, shout outs to Judas Priest for sending us the article on it and the research. It was from psychologytoday.com. That's where it's from. That's where our research is from. But I believe that if you do not somewhere dance around it, dating wise, if you don't talk around it, I don't agree with Bear, I'll propose to you this week or this next 2 months. Because it's not, I don't think it's from the heart. Like it's something when the heart speaks and it says in the Bible, and a man, all this stuff, But I think the best way for a woman to actually have that, it's this little gas they get in their drive, is for you to make it spontaneous, romantic. She could just go to work like it's a normal day, and it kind of get, huh? Okay. But you gotta have a ring, bro.
Right.
Okay.
Definitely.
You gotta have a ring.
If you don't have one, make one.
No.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Make one.
Because then she's going to tell her friends, girl, he got down on
Can't
one
tell
knee,
her friends.
and
man.
it was
She's
the
not gonna
bread.
wear it around her friends, but when she come back around you, she's gonna
Okay,
put it
and
on.
then she also can't say she's engaged because they're gonna say, where the ring at?
They're gonna be like, it's almost embarrassing.
And then now you pulling a Wonder Bread tie. Yeah, that's not dumb. No.
Maybe
It's
back in the
okay.
days.
If she love you, she accept it.
But she,
Or
She
he.
loves.
she
or
said
he.
don't. Please
Like, please do not listen to Mr. Fresh.
Mr. Frisco
On
gonna
it.
talk about you gonna be one of the Facebook posts that we pull up.
Yeah, don't make no ring. Like, don't do that.
Oh my god.
So then it becomes the conversation about, should we even continue this if we're not thinking about the ultimate goal? What's your ultimate goal? What's my ultimate goal in this relationship? And I think that if our goals are not the same, and it's been 2 years versus 2 weeks, 4 months, that's a different.
See,
You know what I'm saying? That's
hey,
different.
you're right. I'm with Jeffy on that. However, for somebody like me, I've been married already, and I've dated a lot. And I'm
He dated a
up
lot.
in age. Okay, and I'm just saying that. I don't do that long. We're gonna be dating for a long period of time.
I agree
Yeah,
with that.
if we at a certain time we need to be like, is we gonna go? Are we gonna be more than just friends dating? Are we about to do a relationship? Are we married? I believe at certain, because I do want to be with somebody for the rest of my life, but at the same time, I'm not about to be pussyfooting around it. I'm gonna be like, hey, we've been dating for a year or two. Let's do it. Come on.
I have a question. When did you propose? How old were you?
I was too young when I proposed. Okay, I was
So
in my 20s, like
Okay.
20. I was like 22, 23.
right.
I didn't even go through my whole phase. I was straight out of church, straight into. I was working. I didn't even get a chance to go around that whole round. And I'm just telling the truth because it's important. because you don't want that shit in your marriage. You got to shake that. That shit you got to shake that off.
But there's a difference between 20 and 30.
Definitely. And right now, I'm in the age.
When you're 20, you don't know what the hell you want. You're still experiencing things.
Right.
Going through heartbreaks. When you're 30, you know exactly what it is
Right.
that you want.
And not even for guys.
Not
Even for guys.
You don't
Because
think
at 30,
so?
you still don't know. No, guys don't know at 30 still. Y'all still some assholes.
What 40?
And some whores.
Guess we're gonna go with 40. Then.
Yeah, we can do.
You know,
We can do 40. I could
so-
no 36 because about 35. The male actually mature at 35.
Yeah.
If what they're saying, I don't believe that shit because I knew I was mature. I just chose to do what I wanted to do.
Ooh, it's a Judas Priest over there.
I'm just saying. I don't like what statistics and stuff try to tell me. That didn't do. I chose to do whatever I did. Statistically, nothing. If I did it, I wanted to do it.
Okay, so clarification,
Okay.
Mr. Fresh, because I don't remember if you said yes or no. So do you
Right.
stay in that relationship after she tells you no, or do you move on?
Okay, well, they tell me to answer that. Would you just play that video that we have of that guy?
Oh, this is a rejection. Yeah, we just got a
right there.
rejection. Hold on.
Before I answer that,
All
play
right,
that
man.
rejection video.
That's right. Own it. I do, girl. I do own it. I own every bit of it.
Stop boosting this man.
I own every bit of it that I do. I tell people that. That's the truth. You gotta own it. So we're gonna play this video right here, you guys. This is
Yeah,
funny.
check
This
this
is a rejection, and it was on TV.
Been together about 3 years now,
Yeah.
and I want to sort of go the next step. So
Which is?
asking her to be my wife.
I'll hold that for you, mate. Hang on, wait. All right. Big loud voice.
Catherine, will you make me the happiest man on earth and be my wife?
What are you doing? This is insane. You can't do this like this.
Just say yes. Say yes.
That hasn't gone that well. No.
I told my mum to record it.
Woo.
Okay, that was kind of hurtful.
It was, definitely was.
Ah, should have had that.
And what was that? Wheel of Fortune?
Was that Wheel of Fortune?
Yeah, that's the guy from Wheel of Fortune, Pat.
Pat, say that.
Yeah, so
Oh.
she rejected him on Wheel of Fortune. Yep, you will never find her.
Damn.
Yeah, she ran. Like,
Allie,
okay.
Tina, what was the question again?
So, the original question. So you propose, and they say you no. Do you stay in that relationship, or do you leave? Do you walk away from it?
I feel like it depends. It depends on where your mentality at, and if you really love that person, and even though it rejects you, of course you're gonna be feeling salty about it. You are, but if you really love that person, you will allow that person to explain to you why they told you no. And 9 out of 10, based on stats, it's either because you didn't have no ring, you had to get down on your knee, or they just wasn't mentally prepared for it because you never discussed it. And now, when I say that is, I want to go back to what Jebby said. Jebby kind of disagreed with what we're saying about discussing the situation when it's living the moment, and the heart says what the heart says. But he also followed it up with saying that if our goals not meeting each other, and then what are we doing here? So for you to know what your goals are, you would have to have that conversation of marriage, of a possibility of being married. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's what is it?
Yeah, no, I agree with that, but I also mentioned the fact about dancing around the topic.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So why would you propose if you already, when you dance around it, you already got the hint of like, you already scouted the report that
Okay.
she's not really
Into it.
Not-
right.
So
Right.
So based on what Jebby just said, then you kind of played yourself because you kind of already knew what she was feeling, where she was at.
There are a lot of people out there that just believe what they believe. It don't even matter.
You don't.
Like it really don't matter. That somebody tell you bluntly to your face, like,
Right.
you know.
But that's because we get this false sense of everything. We want to, she said be mature. I mean, maturity. That has a lot to play in it. But it also is being truthful and honest. A lot of times people rush marriages and marriage proposals because everybody else getting proposed to and getting marriage proposals.
Also,
and people
if your relationship, you feel like your relationship on the rocks, men got the tendency to try
they
to
propose to make it better.
Try to
And that was
feel like
actually
they
the
can make
article
relationship
actually
better.
said that.
That was actually
in order to make your relationship better, you propose like that. Nah, that's not a good thing when you think about it.
Yep.
And that's just us, our impulse to try to fix everything. So we throw marriage out there.
Right.
That's just like you guys think that if you have a baby with a guy, that's gonna make us be better.
Wow, the way he laughed, opened his eyes up though, for real.
I'm just saying. However, and this is the key point. We got our lady T on here, so we want to hear from the woman's perspective. Do you stay with a guy after you can you stay with a guy after you say no?
Before I go, I just want Jebby's answer.
Jamie didn't get you.
Do you stay or do you go?
You go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I never got a defender advance. I kind of danced around it, didn't I?
Yeah, you did it like 3 times. So I just moved on.
Go ahead, Julie.
Do you want to answer it or?
Yes, you stay. Depends on your maturity level. Like somebody somebody just said maturity, but maturity kind of like pain kind of overrides maturity. To be honest with you,
Yeah, that's what
you
I'm
can
saying.
be,
Right
you can
away,
be mature as you want, but that pain and the pain of rejection will override maturity any day.
Yeah.
That's just living life and being real.
Also, like unequally yoked at the same time, because you're all the way up here and this person's all the way down here. So that means you got to dial it all the way back down here, which is hard as hell to do. Like when it comes to love and commitment and everything like that, that person's ready.
And just for me to answer the question for Lady so she can move forward. Love you, Lady. She got the Kobe Bryant hookup on.
Rest in peace, Coach.
Based on my maturity level and where I am in my life, I believe that I could move past the rejection.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you can move past rejection. That's good. I understand that. And I'm just telling you that I can too, but immediately I'm not. Immediately I'm going to cuss your ass out. I'm going to be mad and accept. Now later on, after I move past the embarrassment and you said no and everything else like that, then I can say, well, I love you. So let's make it work. But at that moment, you say no, you better hope I don't have a gun on me or something, or that we not somewhere where I can get away with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, it's kind of different when you ask me the question because I'm a woman and I know women is out here proposing to men and all of that, and I'm like totally against that. I don't agree with that. I don't think you should do that. I don't think it should be a thing. Whoever started it shouldn't have. Like I really feel some type of way about that.
Right.
I feel like a man supposed to do that. You find your queen. Under no circumstances should no woman be getting on her knee proposing to no man.
Totally agree.
So I can't say how I would feel about that because I would never do it. So just trying to get into their mind frame as a guy asking a woman and she say no, should he stay? Well, first of all, like I agree with like some of the stuff that everybody said. First of all, I want to know why you said no. And when I think about the no's, the only no that I can really sufficiently say I can kind of understand is if you feel like it hasn't been long enough. We ain't been together that long. I don't feel like we've been together long enough to where we should do that. So we've been together 2 months and you asking me to marry you. Yeah, I think we need a little bit more time. I might be on that road with you, but I don't feel like we kicked it long enough. Now we in an established relationship. We're saying we love each other. We're doing this. And then he asks you to marry him and you say no. Why?
Right.
Why is it a no? Because the goal is to get married. It's not, you're dating for a purpose. Now, if you're just dating just because, then that needs to be something that needs to be said specifically. Because I'm not dating just to be dating. I'm dating because I'm trying to find somebody so I don't have to do this no more. That should be the goal.
So you being the controller of no. That's what I'm saying. You being a person who has to say yes or no. If you said no to the person who proposed to you, would you be able to continue dating them after your no?
But see, this is the thing. The only way because if I'm with you for a reason, so I shouldn't be saying no. If it's something that you're doing that's going to make me say no, I shouldn't be with you. Okay. Like, why am I in this relationship if I feel like there's no future for us? So it shouldn't be a no. So the only no that I could really sufficiently be like is a good no is that it hasn't been enough time. Because why am I dealing with you if I don't see a future for us? It's something that you did. It's something I can't forgive. I can't move forward. Well, why are you with this person? you don't want to marry them. You don't want to establish a future. So what are we doing?
Okay.
I like it's so for a person to even be able to say no, that's a whole problem. Like, so if it's a no, yeah, I think you need to move on.
Right.
That's my opinion on that.
Okay. Here's another video of a proposal go wrong, and this time he was at the mall. You guys.
Another public place where he got humiliated.
Let us know.
No, listen, Caroline, I'm dizzy whenever I'm around you. I'm dizzy. Who's proposing? We met here 1 year ago, right in front of this synagogue, and when we did, I was dizzy in your presence. Dizzy in your presence. And listen, Caroline, I love everything about you. I love the way that you get a cupcake, and when you have the cupcake, you cut it in half in the frosting, and you make a little cupcake thing. And I love the way that you curl up next to me on the couch and you purr like a little kitten. Touching hands. Reaching out. Touching you. Make me the happiest, most dizzy man in the world, and please, will you marry me?
What? Oh. Oh my God. That is brutal. It's all right, man. It's all right. Oh my God. Oh my God. This guy just totally got turned down. Oh.
Cinnabon lady said she'd marry him.
That's very unfortunate and embarrassing.
Very embarrassing.
You know, to be out in public and you propose and get a note like it's very unfortunate.
And let me tell you something. If you can run away after the no if you want to, I still will find you.
Right, that's when you hit it with the eye. That's when you hit it with the eye. You die, I kill you. Hear me? Hit it with the eye turn.
Now, see,
I mean, that's an ego.
I'm just playing.
I'm just being honest, though.
I'm just
Okay.
playing. He being honest.
If a guy really took the time to set up a proposal like this, come on now. I mean, and if y'all heard it, that was the mall where they first met at and stuff. He thought about it. I'm just saying, like, that's some embarrassing stuff.
So I think it was Judas Priest that said like the statistics and all of these different things were saying that some of the people were saying no because of the proposal, the way it was done, it was at, and this and that. And I think that's very selfish because the person is proposing to you, they love you, they want to spend the rest of their life with you, and because they didn't do it where you wanted it done or how you wanted it done, now it's a no. Like to me, that's selfish. I mean. My proposal was very simple. We were at home in our room. I want to I'm going to say no because you didn't do it in front of my family and take me out. Like, no, I'm yes, because I love you and it's about us spending our life together. That's not about the presentation or how you did it or whatever like that. We're doing, it's not about none of that. It's about us, our love and our commitment and what we're doing. So, I can't agree with a lot of stuff.
I just feel like, to actually make that move, you have to actually know the person that you're trying to propose to, though. That just shows the lack of knowledge of the person that you're dealing with.
That just means you had a shallow woman.
You didn't even tap into her fantasy, bro. Like, damn well.
It's a lot of things that you...
The food court.
Like them videos we show, it's a lot of things that those brothers probably missed dealing with those women and just totally blowed it off and not hearing what they were saying to them. Because men, we have a tendency to do that. we don't really listen to y'all.
Oh wow!
We
But
start
like,
off.
He said it online.
We start off listening to
We
it.
don't-
Wow!
It's just after the magic and everything like that. We kind of
It's kind of like
Ooh, he tried it.
blank it out,
We call
but
it the space of nothingness.
yeah, right.
We call it.
You know, like the homeless, like the Simpsons episode, blah blah blah, blah blah blah.
Right.
But
I
But
ain't,
no,
I ain't
he-
gonna tell you what we
Tune
think when
back
y'all
in,
talk.
yes.
but no, that means that he really and by him he wasn't in tune with his girl because he should have known what she liked, if she's going to accept it, if it was a good move to pull or not.
But he thought like he met her there, so he tried to include that into the proposal. I met you here, so I'm gonna propose.
I'm
here.
not being
But-
funny though.
like,
He knew
but
it
it's
was
the
He,
reason-
his
it's
I
the reason
mean,
that-
he right. He
She
knows
may
that.
have been not.
He knows that, but like if that made her say no because he did it there, then you don't need to marry her no fucking way.
Why?
Because
She's still every woman dream.
decline.
Okay, because that's not fair. Because women dream. Their proposal is a part of
So
them
you
being a
decline
Disney
it.
princess.
So you just now it's a no because I don't like
Because
the
it's not done right. Yes,
atmosphere
because
that
she
you-
had.
Then it's not about y'all.
It's
It's not about.
But at that moment, the proposal was about the
because
woman.
if
We
you
don't care
telling me
about the guy.
you said no because you didn't like where he asked you at. Then
Yes.
that's not about that.
Because if
It's not about
if that
that.
person
It's
dreamed
not
about
that.
how they,
I dream about a lot of shit.
Okay.
First of
So
all,
just because I don't get what I dream, that means that I'm supposed to. That's not real life. It's not realistic. It's bullshit.
First of all, I blame
That's
Disney.
bullshit. Period.
Disney, you fucked up a lot of people, especially.
Hey, you can't mention Disney. We got
Right.
caught last time. I'm just joking, y'all. We just playing. Inside joke. We just playing. Go ahead, Jack.
I was like, Cinderella, oh, I lost my shoe. No, that's a damn story. But no, but that ain't reality. I'm just saying, ever since Disney and all these movies and stuff, it's been hard. You gotta like top the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
I'm
god.
just like, because you can't reach Disney standards.
because I'm just saying, the proposal
Oh.
matters to some people, and that's not making them shallow, or not making them it's not making them be a bad person because the
Ungrateful.
proposal matters. No, that's because when you
It is
sometimes they dream about how they wanted the things, and that's why I say communication is still important too. To talk. How did you ever see? I'm not saying we're gonna get there, and I'm not saying I'm gonna do it, but how did you see how you being proposed to? I mean, and meet somewhere in the middle. I don't think I'm all
So
somewhere in the
basically,
middle.
you should sit down with your significant other and say, "Hey, here's the play-by-play. So if you're gonna propose to me, I feel like you should do it this way." So that's how that should go.
If she like that, then is she forceful like that?
That's
I
crazy.
respect that.
I
I respect that.
That's,
I respect that. If she
I
does.
don't. I feel like it should be.
If that's
don't
how
think
she
the conversation-
is,
It should be unique.
If that's her
And
personality.
however
then yeah.
the guy
Why would you?
decides to do that for
No,
her,
I'm not, but somebody
should
will.
do it. It should not be no scripted, because that's not even sincere.
I'm not saying scripted, but I'm
You
saying
are saying
no.
that.
I'm not. I'm saying that Amal couldn't be her ultimate.
We're past
dream.
the mall. We're
I'm
past
saying
that.
meet somewhere in the middle.
We're past the mall.
Okay,
shit.
we can't
I'm
get to
talking
Disney
about
World, baby.
you-
but I'm a propose to you.
You basically
somewhere
like she's
nice.
supposed to tell me, so then I can go about doing.
No,
things.
I'm
That's
not saying
that's
that.
not
I'm
no
just
real
saying,
shit.
in conversation wise, hey,
Yeah.
I always dreamed that I would get married like this, or I would dream that the proposal would
And
come
that-
off like that.
And,
That's
that-
not
and
being
that's, and that's
shallow.
why I agree with Judas, because first of all, it's like it's not you staging it, it's y'all communicating and talking about what y'all life goals are. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure y'all had a conversation about, hey, I don't want to be no full-time boyfriend or no girlfriend. My life goal is to find somebody that I can create stability with and build a family where I want to live my life with. I'm not into this dating game, and I really like you and I'm intrigued by you. And I'm not into this to try to find, just to be with this person, be with that person, dating you this week and dating that person. I'm looking at it as a long-time goal why I'm into this, why I'm investing my time, because my time, everybody's time is valuable. Nobody's time, you can't get that's one thing you can't get back is your time. You know what I'm saying? You can't get that back. So for you to invest your time, while not having a possible conversation that everybody had, like, hey, my end game is to, you know what I'm saying, be a wife or a husband and create and develop and create and come together and make all these things together as one, as a unit. That's my end game. And that's what me and Judas is saying about. It's not about being staged or not being transparent or not letting the heart lead you. It's just a casual. It's a real conversation that people have that's dating, that plan on going further with each other. That's all I'm saying.
What if that person is shy, is super shy? That person, I don't want you to go and take them nowhere out in the open and propose to them, because it's gonna take away that moment for them. So that person should be more intimate, and that should when you be like on the beach walking in the sand and you got the candles around with the petals and you got the.
I agree with you to a certain extent, because when you're talking about marriage, it's more than just about you. It's more than just about the location. It's about our future. Now, I do agree about a middle ground. I agree. Like it should be thought from you, but her fantasy. You know what I mean? But it shouldn't seem like it's all about what she wants. You gotta have some type of touch in it too, for you to actually like be creative and spontaneous with shit. So like, I agree to a certain extent, but marriage is not about all fantasy, ladies and gentlemen. It's not about this hard work. And when you say yes, it's time to start that process. So you gotta, fantasy is great and all, but I think if you love that person, you're down for that person, you're not gonna think about that shit. Personally. So
yeah. I just think it'd be very selfish to tell somebody no just because you didn't like that they did it, where they did it, or how like that. To me, I just feel like that's selfish. Like it's not realistic, and it's stupid.
So do you feel like it would be selfish if you said yes and didn't mean it?
You shouldn't say
There's
yes
a lot of that.
if you don't mean it. Like no, you should absolutely not say yes if you don't mean it.
No, you say yes to me.
Like no, you should like if you don't mean that's how people be.
And then guess what?
You say yes to me.
And then later on you say, well, no, I didn't really want to say yes. I just didn't want to embarrass you. I would respect you way more for doing that and say yes out in public, and then
get embarrassed,
say no behind the closed door, then embarrass my ass, and then I gotta get a charge or a case.
Once again, I don't understand those statistics, those stats, those numbers of people saying no more in public than private.
And then you're stepping into the situation with a possibility that they're gonna say no. It's not no guarantee that they're gonna say yes. So when you're making that decision, you have to be willing to understand that they might say no. So don't ask questions that you might be here to have the answer for.
That's why I proposed.
Right. You gotta be ready. If you ask that question, you gotta be ready for what's coming with it. That's for anything.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the second topic. Our second topic is: should your significant other be able to discipline your kid that is not there? So this is kids that you had before this person. Should your significant other be able to discipline them? We're gonna start with Judas Priest.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm just gonna say two things. Okay, two things. Number one, if you got baby kids, everybody should be able to beat your damn ass. Okay?
Totally agree.
If you know your kids, them badass kids that try everybody and try you all the time, hell yeah, that whoever you dating with should be
kids running through the house like it's Chuck E. Cheese.
However, if your kids are reasonable and respectable and raised right, then I have a problem with just ending everybody disciplining your kids. Number one, these crazy people out here, I think it comes down to it, your relationship with the person, and do you actually know them? Because I just spent this whole entire damn week watching articles of people shaking the baby to death, shooting the baby, shooting the kids, killing, all this killing this week to kids. That just let me know two things. One, you didn't know the person that you was with, and two, that you didn't even watch and see how they was around your kids to just leave them with them. And that's my problem I have. The responsibility falls on that parent to see the relationship that person. It's the slick things that he say to your child. Did he say something to your kid that needed to be said or should have been said to him, or was that something like, oh no, don't say that to my kid? or don't do that to my kid. Or you know what I'm saying? Did the kid reverence them? Did they see them as an adult, as someone they could talk to, as someone who's older than them, who's mature enough to be a leader? You see what I'm saying? A lot of times we get these people that we just met on Tinder and that night, and the night we had sex, and the next night they babysitting our kids while we go to work. You don't know him from boo boo to food, and that I have a problem with.
And all I want to say is the piggyback off of what Judah said. That man, you know if your kid's bad as hell, you know it.
Some people don't want to hear.
Some people don't want to hear, but you know if they bad as hell.
Yeah.
But the truth is the truth. You know when they baby
And then a lot of times, like dealing with those kind of situations, even if the guy or woman is a good person and they're trying to discipline the kids for the greater good, the parent that's on the outside is just jealous anyway. So they come up with all kind of scenarios and want to take the kid's side, and they know in their heart that the kid is wrong, which is it's a bad deal because you fuck the kid up more than anything, because you sending bad signals, because the kid feeling like if I act out, my dad or my mom got my back. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Stepmom or stepdad can't say shit to me because my mom or my dad got my back. But out of your selfish intent and your malice intent that what you're doing because you're mad because the husband or wife is in a new relationship, you're taking the kid's side, and you know the kid is wrong. And once again, the piggyback, and you know they're wrong. And the piggyback off of Judas, you can't let nobody that you met on Bubble and Christian.com and possibly found somebody on Pornhub, or you actually found on Instagram or something. You never know. You can find these people like you can find them
Twitter
anywhere.
after dark.
Twitter after dark.
Oh,
Country. Something. What is it? It's country. I'm looking at you. Country. I'm not a secret in anything. I look at Jebby.
Damn, Tiny D.
I'm not coming for Jebby. Don't feel like that. But no, my overall point is, it depends. If you know in your heart that the person that your husband or wife is with, and you know if that person has the right intentions for your kid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Cut the jealous BS out. You know what I'm saying? They moved on, so you need to move on too. You know what I'm saying? Stop, because you're not hurting anyone but the kids at the end of the day. Especially if that person, you know when somebody's a good person dealing with your kids. You know it because they speak highly of them when they're around you, and that's what helps create the turmoil that you feel for that person because, hey, I'll do that too. I'm a good dad. I can take you to play baseball. So you know what I'm saying? Your stepdad ain't got to take I can do it. You know those things. You know what I'm saying? You know. But like once again, what you just said before I pass it, Jebby, you can't let nobody babysit your kids, watch your kids off of Tinder and Bubble and Christian.com. Yeah, Christians get freaky too. Yeah. Go ahead, Jebby.
I mean, Christian.
Well, I think that those sites are just access to meet people, more people. But I agree, like you shouldn't even introduce your kids to the person if you don't trust the person. First of all, with the whole discipline thing, I say yes because your kids need to kids are very smart, dog. They know how to manipulate and play the game. And in the house, you're dealing with them all the time. Now, I don't agree with like spanking and all that stuff, but when it comes to other people's kids, but I will say, I would have you doing a whole bunch of bear crawls, wall sits, a lot of exercise and stuff to get my point across. So, holding books, doing a wall sit, I'm talking about it all.
What the books is torture now?
Shit.
Tell me what they say.
I remember
Today's
that.
generation's torture.
That's like dealing on rice. You can't do that.
That's harmful. That's a workout. No, but I kind of went through it as an experience with a person, and I like a few years later I found out I was wrong for doing that. The kids do some manipulative stuff, throw the middle finger at me behind her back. I'm like, you motherfucker. You know, but if I was to do it all over again, I would definitely I probably would be with the person because they don't respect the mother to begin with when I first met her. She got. Let me stop. But yeah, I think that you should. Just it's different. There's different levels to it.
So you believe that they should whoop the person?
You said
No, we
discipline.
said discipline.
Discipline.
Not
I mean, what?
No,
Discipline. Yeah, discipline.
No, definitely exercise.
So you definitely believe that. Okay.
Okay, so with me, it's all circumstantial. Like everybody made good points. Like of course, like what they saying, you just meet somebody and it's not even really a thing. Of course, no, you're not about to discipline my kid.
Yeah,
Hell no.
right.
But we're in a relationship and like we're together. You know what I'm saying? Whether we're living together, however that goes, and you around the kids, potentially, probably even babysitting them while I'm going to work or whatever it is I'm doing. By all means, yes, because this kid needs to respect you. They need to understand that you need to be respecting all adults, period. But,
Definitely
I'm putting this person in charge of you while I'm going out to do what I have to do for us. You need to be respectful. And if they're getting out of line, yes, by all means, discipline them. Take things from them. Make them go sit in the corner, whatever. Now, putting your hands on my kid, I have a problem with that. Like, if my kid doing something to that caliber where you like feel like they need their ass whooped or whatever like that, then that's when you let me know. You know what I'm saying? But you can handle the situation while you with them. Yeah, turn that TV off. Make them take a nap or whatever. Do what you have to do as a disciplinary, but please don't touch my kid. Like, don't do that. Because it opens up. I've been a step kid, and I know what that's like. You know what I'm saying?
I have
step
like,
kids are bad as hell.
It's not. What it does to you mentally, like it's not okay. But by all means, I do feel like kid needs to have that respect, and you should be able to discipline that child in certain ways. So I agree with it. I feel like they should be able to discipline.
And before Judas go, like what you said, I was a step kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And my stepfather used to get on my head, whoop me, and then when my dad came into the picture, I felt some kind of way because my dad didn't treat, in my mind, in my eyes, didn't treat my brothers the way that their father treated me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I was mad at my dad for a long time about that, but he had to explain to me, like, hey, I love your mother, so I love your brothers like I love you.
Mm-hmm.
And I had mad respect for my dad. After I understood that, came to my own understanding of that situation. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Mm. Well, that's good. That's nice. But you know what? I don't watch people kids if I can't whoop them. So you better find I'm just saying, you better get paid for a babysitter then, or somebody in their family, because guess what? If I can't discipline that child at that moment, because let me tell you, there's two things with it. Number one is when a person commits the crime or the child do something right then, they need to be disciplined right then for what they do, so they know why they do it and why they get disciplined. I'm disciplining you because you just did this. This is a no, don't do it. So that's the key thing for me. And then number two is because kids are smart, especially now, these millennials. They smart. We get that in other ways. They dumb in a lot of ways. They smart in other ways.
Bro,
they know, oh, I could do this to do that because my mama already said he can't touch me.
Yeah.
My mama already said you can't do this and you can't do that. So guess what? Surprise! I'm beating your ass.
Surprise.
And like you said, that's something that you need to let a person be aware of.
Right.
You want me to keep your kid.
Right.
If they get out of line, I'm going to whoop their ass. Now, if you don't want me doing that, then don't ask me to watch them. You make your demands clear.
Yeah, that's been
You know
true.
what I'm saying? Because it is certain stuff. Like, if you call me and tell me that my kid did something, I might tell you, whoop her ass because she know better. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know better.
Definitely.
But just don't make that call because it might be something to you that you feel like that, it's something like that. And to me, I don't. And like the same thing with me when I'm watching other people's kids, which I really don't do too much of that because I really don't. But if you a person that I know that you don't do that, you don't whoop your kid or whatever like that.
And don't whoop mine.
But then you telling me I have permission. Hell, I don't know. I'm going to be the villain because you don't do it. And then when they with me, I'm doing it like,
see,
no,
I
can't
right.
do that.
Now
like,
that right there, I'm with you 100%.
Like, no, because now the kid looking at me like, well, my mama don't even do this. And like, it's just be too much.
Now that, you right.
Like,
you hit that on the nail. The nail on the coffin.
Yeah,
like, on the head
like no. So it's a lot of things that play factors in that. But like, I just don't really agree with everybody being able to put their hands
Right.
on
I
your
definitely
child.
agree.
Like,
Everybody,
that's not.
Because I don't want that drunk
Right.
uncle.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
a drunk
no.
uncle can't whoop my kid.
You might just be
Right.
mad today.
No,
I wanna,
drunk
like,
uncle
nah,
can't whip my
hell no.
kids.
Right.
That angry one, the angry auntie that mad at the world. She
Right.
can't whip my kids. You know.
Right, because I beat my brother kids all their asses. They already know it. They know it.
And I
But I'm a firm believer of letting kids be kids.
Right.
Once I tell you to stop doing something, I mean, you get one warning dealing
Right.
with me.
Now
Just
you're
one.
not listening.
I'm gonna break you like a wild stallion, like a wild Mustang.
Nah, like I can't be with a woman if I can't somewhat kind of discipline. I just can't do it. I couldn't do it because you working y'all both say y'all move into a house together, right? You know that you gonna be busting your ass for the kids as well. Those kids are now yours. You know what I mean? So like, you mean to tell me you can work 12, 14 hours, give half of your paycheck to her for the kids or whatever, and for the house and for the household, whatever. And you mean to tell me you're gonna be okay with how they talk to their mother, how they do what they want in the household, and they just saying all kinds of crazy stuff? You're a part of their lives. Your sweat at work, everything about your resources and your decision has to involve the kids. And you mean to tell me I cannot discipline the kid in any type of fashion way? Hell no.
I agree. I feel like you
50
should be
yards.
able to discipline the kid.
I'm moving you
Yeah,
50.
I mean, and then in that situation, that still comes to play with the dynamic of the relationship in the family. Because number one, if that person is living in the house, it goes to play. As I get older, then I start thinking, well, you know, this my mama had this house before she been with that guy. You come in my mama
They
house to
smart,
try
dog.
to
They
talk
know what
to
they
me,
doing.
and try to discipline me.
Yeah,
See, that's
yeah.
what I start playing.
Yeah.
Then they be like, oh, he ain't got no job. He just, my mama feeding us and doing all of this. He laying on the
Kids
couch.
can be a mess.
All of that
Like,
stuff
yeah.
goes into this child mind.
Yeah.
We can play like these kids don't think and have a mindset, but they think about all of that stuff too. And they better be careful that they don't catch you say anything out the way, because they're going to repeat it. And they're going to think it too.
Say everything.
They ain't gonna start a war with the
Right.
biological
I'm
dad.
just telling y'all, these kids
You are-
ain't. We try to make them seem like they angels. Some of these kids are demons.
Yeah,
Nah.
then we gotta deal with the whole hurt they family.
Then they go back and
everything.
tell their mama or their daddy,
Yeah.
you know, he said this thing, he did this thing. He's trying to be my daddy. She trying to be my mama. You know, all of that goes into effect. So, you know, yeah, just
And
be
you
careful.
can't expect that your significant other to do all these maternal or fatherly things for the kid, but when they come to discipline, oh no, you can't do that. But
Right.
you want me
You want me to pay
to
some
do
Jordans.
all of this for them,
Right.
though. But when it come to that, I can't. Like, no, like, if we in this together, and we want these kids to be on the right track. I'm not for abuse. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you properly need discipline,
Yes.
you need discipline. And you know, discipline can be a variety of different things. It's not always
Fuck
about
so.
getting a whooping. That's
Yeah.
not, you know, when we say discipline, that's the first thing people. That's
It's
not.
whipping, right?
It's not all about that. Kids be more hurt. You take that phone, take that game.
Yeah,
That's the shit that kill them. Especially the phone, they die. Oh my God, you took my phone.
Cut off all the power.
Turn the Wi-Fi off.
Y'all cut the Wi-Fi off.
Like, yeah, they gonna be very distraught off of that. So
Take away
there's
them.
all kind of ways you can get up under a kid. Like, you ain't gotta just beat them up all the time. That's not a thing.
Right. You got rice. You can put them on rice and let them kneel on the rice for a while.
Pray to Jesus.
So we getting time. Judas Priest, anything you want to say before we get up out of here?
Oh yes. So just want to say that this month of January is actually ending. After this weekend, we be Tuesday. We'll be going into February. You know, in the next podcast is going to do the journey of February with us, and we're going to be talking about Black History Month in that month. And if you got time, watch the shows. The shows, we have a different topic geared towards Black history and Black topics with the community and everything. Lessons that we didn't know, we're trying to dig for information that a lot of people don't know a lot about. I love our, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King here, Tubman stories. There are a lot of more history that
Sure
we
is.
spotlight. And so, with that being said, we definitely One of the mix definitely going to do that for you guys. So just keep a watch out. Actually, if you watch Morning Inspiration with Juice Priest every day in the month of February, I'll be using the African proverb and saying, giving you a new African proverb and then the meaning behind that proverb. Stay tuned for that. And you know, once again, Lady T, she has a guest coming Monday. I can't wait, guys. It's going to be exciting. Don't forget, she starts us off with the week. So she make it make sense so we can have a little of that sense the whole week. I don't know what happens when it gets to Friday. No? But thank you guys again for watching the Mix Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. And definitely, one more thing. The book, I have a book club who's supposed to be starting. So I want to get your idea about what book you want to read first. And then we'll talk about that. And then we can start the book club. So let me know, what book you have in mind.
Mr. Fresh?
I just want to say is I appreciate you guys. We appreciate you guys. And if you haven't watched our shows, please go back and watch them up to today. You did a great job. In my eyes, you did a phenomenal job. And with that being said, I have something special for Black History Month Thursday. A sports pioneer that no one really talks about that I'm going to bring to you guys for Black History Month. I'm going to do that. Yeah, and that being said, I'm going to swing to the left of Jebby. Jebby has something to say.
I like to be anonymous and secretive about my stuff. A surprise. I love surprises. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about some stuff about Black history, and we're gonna also I still talk about accountability. That's a huge thing, but it's gonna be fun. I'm supposed to have some guests coming on Wednesday. We're gonna talk a little bit about it. But no, I completely. I'm proud of the team. I'm proud of you guys for being there for us. Even if you don't like what I'm saying, I'm just waiting. I love you.
Oh, before I let you go, I'm sorry. I forgot one thing though. Tomorrow you can catch me. Tomorrow Saturday around 1 because I left out the stuff about the NFL playoffs. I have a lot to say about that. I got tied up in Brady and Kobe. You know how it is. Two legends. One's not with us anymore. Lady T's wearing it. She looks phenomenal with her nails and with the Kobe Bryant. Show them nails, Lady T. And them earrings is killer. When I see them earrings, I'm like, oh my God, Lady T, you just really trying to outshine me. No, that's it. I just tune in. I got something for y'all tomorrow, 1 o'clock.
Okay, y'all. So we just want to thank y'all for joining the In the Mix Podcast 4. We hope that y'all had a good night with us. Like they said, starting the week off Monday, I have a special guest. It's going to be good. Her name is Brandy Smith, and we're going to be talking about domestic violence again. It's a very heartbreaking story. So y'all make sure y'all check that out 7 p.m. on Monday. Otherwise, y'all know the rest of the lineup for the week. And we about to get up out of here. Y'all have a good night. Have a safe weekend. We out.
In the Mix Podcast 4. Yeah.
What's up, y'all? This your girl, Lady T. Thank y'all for joining us tonight in the Mix Podcast 4. We appreciate y'all spending y'all night with us. I hope y'all was entertained. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, continue to promote us. We appreciate y'all. Also, check me out on Monday. I have a special guest, Brandy Smith. I'm going to be talking about domestic violence. It's going to be a good show. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. Otherwise, y'all have a great weekend. Y'all make sure y'all tune in to the Intermix Podcast next week. We got a lot of stuff to come out with y'all. Peace.
On one knee, reaching for my hand.